Coming up tonight on News Watch, a man is in jail after a deadly Valentine's Day shooting in Decatur. We'll have the latest from authorities.
Plus, local hospitals report a surge in visits during a tough flu season. We'll tell you how they're asking patients to help ease the strain. Ben?
A beautiful day today across East Central Illinois. Clear skies for many across the day today. A beautiful sunset shaping up off to the west of Charleston. Enjoy that warmth while it's here, because here later this week, winter is back around the corner. This is News Watch, and your Monday evening edition is coming up next.
The Charleston House proudly supports Newswatch. Now welcoming guests on Charleston's historic 6th Street, the Charleston House Bed and Breakfast Inn offers refined accommodations in a beautifully restored bed and breakfast. For booking information, visit craigcollection.com or call the number on screen.
TCI Realty, Charleston area's real estate connection, commercial, land and farm, and residential real estate. Experienced realtors with an up-to-date website at tcirealty.net. TCI Realty supports the students of WEIU Newswatch.
Alamo Steakhouse and Saloon. Whatever the occasion, it's an environment for an evening of dining, conversation, and cocktails. Whatever your needs, our staff is ready. Alamo Steakhouse and Saloon, located at the Cross County Mall, Mattoon.
Authorities in Macon County are releasing new details of a deadly Valentine's Day shooting in Decatur. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Andrew Spade.
And I'm Matt Williamson. Police say 25-year-old Christian Luthi called 911 Saturday afternoon, claiming he accidentally shot a woman inside a home near North Summit Avenue. The Macon County coroner confirmed the victim was 26-year-old Alexandra Wilson. Investigators say Wilson was taken to a local hospital where she later died. Online records show Luthi is being held in the Macon County Jail, facing one count of involuntary manslaughter. Now he's scheduled to appear in court tomorrow afternoon. We now know the identity of a man wanted in Michigan who police say took his own life during an encounter with Mattoon officers last week. Police say on Friday, officers were contacted by the Kalamazoo, Michigan Department of Public Safety about a suspect with an active warrant for armed robbery believed to be in Mattoon. Officers responded to the 1400 block of East Broadway Avenue and found the man sitting in the passenger seat of a vehicle in a hotel parking lot. Investigators say when they tried to get him to step out, the man opened the door and told officers he was going to shoot himself because he didn't want to return to prison. Police say he then closed the door and shot himself. They say no officers fired their weapons and the man was pronounced dead at a nearby hospital. Today, Coles County Coroner Ed Schneers identified the man to Newswatch as 37-year-old Devon Kennedy. Newswatch has reached out to authorities in Michigan and Illinois State Police for additional details.
More charges are filed against an Effingham County teacher and school founder accused of crimes against children. Last month, Effingham police arrested Cody Zerwanka and founder and teacher at Crossroads Montessori School on charges of grooming and exploitation. Court records show on Thursday, Zerwanka returned to court and was charged with 10 new counts of related to child pornography. That brings the total number of charges against Zerwanka to 12. He's due back in court for a hearing February 26th. Police are investigating a fight at an Urbana club that prompted a campus alert over the weekend. Early Sunday morning, University of Illinois police responded to the Canopy Club on South Goodwin Avenue. Officers say when they arrived, there was no active fight and people were leaving. They say witnesses claimed one person brandished a gun and fled the scene. No arrests were made and the incident is still under investigation. A local coffee shop was robbed over the weekend. On Saturday, the Traveling Mug and KZ released a statement on their Facebook page saying that someone broke in overnight. Each screen window was slashed open and almost all of the cash was taken. The owner of the mug, Dory Martelli, says that what was taken wasn't just physical, it was trust. The KZ Police Department says the incident is still under investigation.
Good evening. A gorgeous start to our work week across East Central Illinois. I snapped this photo on Eastern's campus today, walking between classes. You can see those beautiful clear skies off to the north, and temperatures were quite up there with those clear skies as well. Temperatures up as high as 63 degrees in Effingham today. In Charleston, only up to 60 degrees. That's still more than 15 degrees above average for this time of year. Well, we're going to continue to see those warmer temperatures throughout most of the week. Temperatures around 55 in Charleston right now under those clear skies. That'll all start to change as we get to overnight, though. Mostly cloudy skies are going to start to move in overnight. Low temperatures in the low 40s tonight. We'll see south winds up to 20 miles an hour. Could be a little bit stronger during our day tomorrow, though, and all of the full Skywatch forecast coming up.
Thank you, Ben. In other news, Effingham County authorities are releasing details about the death of a man in rural Mason last night. The Effingham County Coroner's Office says 60-year-old Michael Macklin had been cutting wood and burning brush on his property Friday afternoon. They say when his wife got home around 6 in the evening, she couldn't find him and called a neighbor for help. The Effingham County Sheriff's Department says Mr. Macklin's body was found burned by the brush fire, and authorities say it appears that he suffered a medical emergency and died. Both the coroner's office and the Illinois State Fire Marshal were called to the scene. The death is still under investigation. Local hospitals report a major spike in respiratory illness cases. On Friday, Sarah Bush Lincoln officials released a statement saying they've seen the highest patient census in their history. Carle Foundation Hospital in Urbana also reported high numbers. They say the surge is largely driven by influenza-like illnesses. Both hospitals tell Newswatch today they're still seeing lots of patients. Carle Health asks the community to stay aware and choose the right care options, including convenient care, same-day appointments, and virtual appointments. 2 area ambulance paramedics are being honored by the American Red Cross. Carl Arrow ambulance paramedics Adam Harris and Joe Blue recently received the Certificate of Extraordinary Personal Action. The award stems from their life-saving actions at the scene of severe car crash near Danville last year. The pair helped pull a victim from the vehicle just before it was engulfed in flames. The American Red Cross says the driver survived the crash because of the team's decisive action and life-saving skills.
If you're in a crisis and need emergency help, hope may just be one call away thanks to a new resource. Heritage Behavioral Health is launching a new 24/7 crisis line for people in Macon, DeWitt, and Piatt counties. The new line will help people in dire need of assistance immediately connect to crisis staff and can be contacted at the number on your screen. Heritage's new crisis line will also provide additional support following the crisis through programs like the Living Room, a crisis respite program offering a calm alternative to emergency rooms for adults experiencing mental health crises. The city of Decatur is offering a brand new grant that could help reinforce local small businesses. Last Wednesday, the city announced the Business Facade Improvement Program. The program will enable eligible businesses and property owners to improve the appearance of their building and enhance the surrounding area. Eligible work includes facade renovation, repair or installation of storefront windows, exterior lighting, parking lot renovations, and more. For more information, you can visit the Business Facade Program webpage or visit the City of Decatur's Facebook page. Well, Andrew, it was definitely a pleasant day in central Illinois.
That's right, Matt, but can we expect more of the same? Ben Whitney is back with the forecast.
I'm glad to share, Matt and Andrew. We do have a couple more good days ahead of us. These warmer temperatures are taking place across a lot of the nation, especially a lot of the Midwest. Soak in that warmth while it's here because, again, winter is right back around the corner. I'll be right back after this message with the full Skywatch forecast.
Years ago, I stood in this very studio for the first time, just as today's WEIU Newswatch students do. I was nervous, excited, and ready to learn. But WEIU believed in me. As a Newswatch alum, I learned how to tell stories that matter. I found my voice here. Today, WEIU needs your help to keep that same opportunity alive for the next student, the next story, and the next 40 years. Please consider giving using one of the methods on your screen. WEIU needs you now more than ever.
Before we start tonight's forecast, if you've ever thought about being a weather spotter, here's your chance. Each spring, the National Weather Service hosts in-person and virtual spotter talks across the state. That includes 2 local sessions. The first is at the Robinson Firehouse later this month on the 28th at 6:30 in the evening. Another is at Eastern Illinois University's Buzzard Hall on March 2nd, also at 6:30. The in-person training covers how to plan for severe weather, storm structure and movement, and identifying important storm features. All sessions last around 2 hours and are free to the public. It wasn't quite exactly severe weather what we saw this weekend, but still some much needed rainfall across a lot of the area. Looking at our rain totals from Saturday and Sunday, most of us were around the 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch range, 7/10 of an inch in Charleston, and just above 3/4 in Taylorville. Some local areas, though, including in Effingham, much higher than that, over 1.25 inches in Effingham at 1.28 of an inch. Some northern towns, including Paris and Decatur, were a little bit closer to that 1/2 inch number. Again, some much needed rainfall. Even though we are still in that winter time, the drought is still having impacts. We're under an extreme drought for some north central parts of our region. That includes portions or the entirety of Champaign, Piatt, and Douglas counties, and a severe drought taking place across the majority of the rest of our area. Some areas around Terre Haute and Robinson are in only a moderate drought at this point, but still some much needed rainfall over this weekend. Didn't really keep temperatures down today, though. 60 degrees for our high in Charleston. Our warmest spot, 63 degrees down to the south in Effingham. Looking at these current conditions right now, still holding on to those clear skies, and temperatures are starting to drop down into the 50s. 52 in Paris, 57 in Terre Haute right now. We've had high pressure overhead that's kept those skies clear throughout the day today, but as you can see, that high pressure is shifting off to the east, and that'll be meaning that we'll see a few more clouds before we get to daybreak tomorrow. 42 degrees for our overnight low tonight. We'll see clouds starting to move in overnight towards sunrise tomorrow. Some more southeastern areas could see some possible fog around sunrise tomorrow. Winds from the south at around 5 to 10 miles an hour. Could be up as strong near 20 miles an hour during our day tomorrow. Temperatures will stay warm, but not quite as warm as today, though. Right around 55 degrees for our high in Charleston tomorrow. These mostly cloudy skies will be in full force throughout our day tomorrow. But you can see these winds are going to get a little bit stronger during the evening hours tomorrow. 15 to 20 miles an hour, and could be even stronger Tuesday night and into Wednesday. But the one good thing is that these temperatures will be right near 70 degrees for portions of the midweek period. You can see the cloud cover moving in here on our futurecast model. You can see, especially after we get overnight tonight, we'll see those heavier skies moving in during the day tomorrow. Now, you may see a few spare blips of rain here on our futurecast. We're not anticipating any of that to fall. It would be nice and much needed rainfall if it would fall, but conditions are still just that too dry that we won't be seeing that rainfall making its way to the ground. Looking ahead, though, again, temperatures much warmer for the midweek period, near 70 degrees on Wednesday, a little bit cooler on Thursday, but still staying well above our average. And then we're cooling right back off to enter the weekend, right back down into the 40s, and we'll be back below freezing before the start of next work week. We're going to be seeing this change because of our upper level jet stream. We're going to be seeing temperatures staying fairly consistent for the next few days, but then again, as we get into the weekend, we're going to start to see a trough of colder air developing and strengthening over top of us. That's going to be leading to some colder temperatures that you can see at the back half of our 7-day forecast. Before we get there, though, 55 for tomorrow under mostly cloudy skies, 67 degrees on Wednesday. We do have a chance to see some thunderstorms overnight Thursday and into Friday. We're not anticipating any severe weather with this system moving forwards, but we'll continue to update and monitor that here throughout the week until we get to that point. But temperatures start to drop off past then, down into the 40s to end our work week, and as cold as 30 degrees on Sunday. We'll be back up near the freezing point to start next work week on Monday. But one thing's for sure, the next couple of days are going to be very nice. Make sure to get out there and enjoy it while you still can.
Yeah, it's almost like we're getting a little vacation in the middle of winter.
Totally. 67 degrees on Wednesday. That is what I like to hear, Ben Whitney. We'll keep you around for now. Still to come, we'll have an update on a nationwide recall that could affect a snack in your pantry.
Plus, we'll remember a big screen icon. This is News Watch on WEIU.
It continues to be a concerning trend. Colorectal cancer is killing more young adults, with death rates rising in those under age 50 by more than 1% every year for more than 20 years, advancing this disease from the 5th most common cause of cancer death in the early to mid-90s to the most common in those under age 50 in 2023.
This is really an outlier and really something that needs significant attention.
Dr. William Dayhut with the American Cancer Society says deaths are declining for other cancers in young adults. It's only colorectal cancer deaths that continue to rise. There are 5 warning signs that many may dismiss: persistent abdominal pain, rectal bleeding, persistent diarrhea or constipation, unexplained weight loss, and iron deficiency anemia, often caused by hidden blood loss leading to fatigue and weakness.
Young people should not ignore any symptom that they find unusual, and that if they see their physician and they're told they're too young to have a problem, they probably need to see somebody else.
Dayhut says about half of the colorectal cancer deaths in young adults are in those between the ages of 45 and 49, and screening is lowest in that age group. A colonoscopy can find polyps which can turn into cancer and get rid of them.
If those polyps are removed, that reduces or can eliminate the risk of cancer from those polyps.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
In tonight's National Watch, multiple people are hurt after a shooting at a Rhode Island ice rink. It happened Monday afternoon at Dennis M. Lynch Arena in Pawtucket, right outside Providence. A youth hockey game had been scheduled at the time. Few details have been released. Oscar-winning actor Robert Duvall has died. According to a statement on behalf of his wife, Duvall died peacefully at his Virginia home yesterday. Duvall's career spanned 6 decades and included roles in The Godfather, Apocalypse Now, and other roles. Robert Duvall was 95 years old. Check your pantries. The Food and Drug Administration is updating a recall on peanut butter. That recall involves more than 22,000 single-serve products produced by Ventura Foods and distributed to 40 states, including Illinois. They include peanut butter packets and small cups containing peanut butter and jelly. The problem is pieces of blue plastic were found in a filter at the facility where they're made. The products were sold to distributors, mostly under private label brands. Well, now Andrew Spade is back with a look at tonight's sports headlines.
We begin the night down the road at Growlinger Arena as the Eastern Illinois men's basketball team plays Little Rock for one final time as OVC opponents. With about 8 minutes to go in the first half, Zion Frewster gets the takeaway, and there's nothing but hardwood ahead of him as he lays down the filthy one-hand jam. This one's all tied up at 30. Eastern gets the steal. It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's Zion Frewster who takes flight and absolutely demolishes the two-hand slam, giving the Panthers the lead. Fast forwarding to the second half, it's Frewster again with a breakaway. He dishes the rock out to Michi White, giving this man a shovel because he absolutely buries it. At 64-62 EIU, the Trojans get the rebound. Little Rock doesn't have a football team, but they might as well as Jonathan Lawson finds Cameron Wallace with the filthy alley-oop. Eastern gets the last laugh and wins this one 78-72. For the Eastern women's team, they held Little Rock to just 2 points in the second quarter, but couldn't get it done, falling short 73-53. Nia Hardy posted a team-high 9 points for Eastern, while Brenna Burke had 19 points for the Trojans. The Panthers have won only 4 games all season to their 23 losses. Up next is 2 more home games for the Panthers, one Thursday against Little Rock and Saturday against Southern Indiana. From the court to the mound, Eastern Illinois baseball and softball seasons are in full effect. How are both teams doing so far? For the baseball squad, the Panthers split its doubleheader against Florida A&M, losing the first game 6-7 and shutting out the Rattlers 2-0 in their next matchup. Bryce Riggs earns OVC Pitcher of the Week honors after his performance, striking out 6 batters and allowing just 1 hit. As for the softball team, they also split their 2 games, taking down Sam Houston 8-4, but got shut out by Northwestern State 4-0. Both teams are back in action later this week. It's a pivotal game for Illinois men's basketball after back-to-back losses for the first time this season. The Illini host Bubble Team Indiana in a must-win matchup for both programs. After a steal in transition, Zvonimir Ivicic takes flight, soaring over the Hoosiers' defense for a thunderous slam. One of U of I's biggest offseason pickups, David Mirkovic, showcases his skills from beyond the arc, cashing in the 3 to extend the Illini's lead. Zvonimir's brother, Tomislav Ivicic, misses the 3, but fights for the rebound and drains the and one bucket to ignite the crowd. And for the cherry on top, standout freshman Keaton Wagler converts a 4-point play as he gets fouled on this 3-pointer. Illinois makes a statement and dominates Indiana, winning 71-51. Despite the win, U of I has dropped to 10th in the AP poll after their 2 losses last week. At the high school level, let's take a peek at how some local teams finished up the weekend. Charleston fell short in both of its matchups, 51-28 against Mount Zion and 45-28 against Marshall. The Trojans now have a 4-25 record on the year with only 2 games remaining in the regular season. Mattoon couldn't win, also losing to Taylorville 68-56. Up next for both CHS and Mattoon, they'll be playing each other tomorrow night in Charleston. One of the top teams locally to Topless picked up a 9-game winning streak, beating Rochester 61-59. And finally, Tuscola couldn't get it done, falling against Centennial 59-47. We now move to the mats as multiple local athletes will be moving on in high school wrestling. 3 Mattoon wrestlers were able to punch their ticket to state. Jackson Howell in weight class 113, Tristan Porter at 126, and Mitchell Clapp at 285 will be advancing to Champaign, while only one Charleston athlete, Trotter Titus, in the 138-pound weight class will move on. The state championship starts on Thursday and will finish on Saturday at the State Farm Center in Champaign. Let's take a peek at how Team USA has performed so far in the 2026 Winter Olympic Games in Milan Cortina. Team USA has collected 17 total medals with 5 golds, 8 silvers, and 4 bronzes. The 5 gold medalists were Breezy Johnson with the women's downhill skiing, the figure skating team, Elizabeth Lemley in women's mogul skiing, and Jordan Stoltz in both the 500-meter and 1,000-meter speed skating events. As for the Team USA men's hockey team, they sit at top of the Group C class with 3 wins, with their next matchup on Wednesday for the quarterfinals round of the playoffs. We swing over to golf, where the world's best wrap-up play for this week at the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am, who will get their first signature event title of 2026. World number 1 Scottie Scheffler started the day 8 shots back, but this eagle putt at 6 put him just 1 back of the lead. And on his final hole of the day, Scheffler drops a dart in a par 5, leading to another eagle, but he finishes at 20 under par. But 2-time major champion Colin Morikawa puts a show on the back 9, and 2 clutch birdie putts at 15 and 16 helped Morikawa secure his first victory in nearly 3 years. Morikawa finished at 22 under par, winning at Pebble Beach for his 7th career PGA Tour victory. But the biggest victory in golf this weekend belonged to 40-year-old Anthony Kim, who took down major champion Jon Rahm and Bryson DeChambeau to win LIV Golf Adelaide for his first victory in over 19 years. Kim left professional golf in 2012 after dealing with substance abuse and mental health issues, but returned in 2024 after not touching a club in over a decade. His victory this weekend is the completion of one of the greatest comebacks in pro sports history. That's all for sports, Matt. Over to you.
Alrighty, thanks, Andrew. Still to come tonight, Ben Whitney returns with a final check of a mild Skywatch forecast. But first, wreck hunters in the Great Lakes reveal a sunken ship that's taken more than 150 years to find. Thanks for watching. This is Newswatch on WEIU.
Season 4 of Bridgerton has set up several new love matches, but will they all endure? And does this latest look at Part 2 of the new season provide any clues? All will become clear when the rest of Season 4 premieres February 26th on Netflix. The fate of Terminator Zero appears to be sealed. Series creator Mattson Tomlin says Netflix has canceled the animated franchise reboot after 1 season. Tomlin posted on social media, "The critical and audience reception to it was tremendous, but at the end of the day, not nearly enough people watched it." Here's a look at the first clip from The Ballad of Judas Priest. The documentary looks at the enduring influence of the Grammy-winning heavy metal legends. It just premiered at the Berlin International Film Festival. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Explorers in Michigan have found the wreckage of a steamer that sank more than 150 years ago. 80-year-old Paul Ehorn discovered the Lac La Belle in Lake Michigan back in 2022 after spending 65 years looking for it. But the scuba diver only now announced it. The Lac La Belle sank in 1872, and most of its passengers made it to safety. E. Horn says a clue from fellow wreck hunter Ross Richardson led him to the location, although he declined to say what that clue exactly was. Richardson says a commercial fisherman found an item that appeared to come from a steamship from the 19th century. Well, now over here on land, Ben Whitney is back with some final clues about our work week forecast.
Overnight tonight, we'll see temperatures staying above average for this time of year. 42 degrees for our overnight low. We'll see clouds start to move in. That'll lead us to a cloudy day tomorrow. Fog is possible for some across the viewing area tomorrow. Temperatures up into the mid-50s for our high tomorrow, 55 in Charleston under those mostly cloudy skies. As we look at our week ahead, we're going to see these temperatures get much warmer for Wednesday and Thursday. 67 on Wednesday, 65 on Thursday. We have a chance to see storms Thursday night, overnight into Friday. And as we get into the weekend, we're going to see these temperatures start to cool off big time. 40 degrees on Saturday, back below freezing on Sunday, and 32 degrees to start next work week. So it'll be a nice few days ahead, but unfortunately this early taste of spring won't quite be here to stick around.
I know a lot of people think you control the weather, so please do for us.
Yes, gotta enjoy it while it lasts. That's story of the day.
Yeah.
Well, that's actually all the time we have for tonight's edition of News Watch. Now for more news and weather, be sure to log on to our website at WEIU.net.
There you can find real-time forecasts and the news video of the day.
And if news is happening in your community, let us know by dropping us an email at news@WEIU.net. Have a good night.
The Charleston House proudly supports Newswatch. Now welcoming guests on Charleston's historic 6th Street, the Charleston House Bed and Breakfast Inn offers refined accommodations in a beautifully restored bed and breakfast. For booking information, visit craigcollection.com or call the number on screen.
TCI Realty, Charleston area's real estate connection. Commercial, land and farm, and residential real estate. Experienced realtors with an up-to-date website at tcirealty.net. TCI Realty supports the students of WEIU Newswatch.
Alamo Steakhouse and Saloon. Whatever the occasion, it's an environment for an evening of dining, conversation, and cocktails. Whatever your needs, our staff is ready. Alamo Steakhouse and Saloon, located at the Cross County Mall, Mattoon.